ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಶಿವನೇ ಭಕ್ತಿದಾರಿಯು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಶಿವನೇ ಭಕ್ತಿದಾರಿಯು.
Do you manifest?
Actually, Kantara was kind of a
Manifesting?
manifestation. Music is something that is omnipresent. Like everyone needs music, and it's a very blessed industry to be a part of, where you can make a lot of money. You know, the best music listeners are in Bangalore,
Okay.
genuinely, because they love all kinds of music. The audience is very receptive. Everyone knows the songs. It's a great vibe. I've done so many shows, and now after Kantara, I'm so excited to do more shows here. Social media has been a game changer in my life. So me posting videos is how I have gotten all of my work. I don't know anyone in the industry. Like we have absolutely zero connections. There's always gonna be that insecurity and that lack of confidence and that thought saying you're not good enough. That's always gonna be there. I have it. Every musician I know has it. But that should never stop you from clicking that upload button or posting that song or just reaching out and whatever. Just go for it.
Then you met a superstar that you've seen on the screen.
Like Rishabh sir, I don't know how to deal with. I'm so awkward sometimes because I just feel like, wow, what a personality, and everything about this person is just, the aura itself is just incredible. But it's the greatness of these people that they make you feel so welcome.
You know, there's a saying which is on the lines of music doesn't need a passport, it only needs the truth. You know who said this? Of course, it is one and only Rahman. If a conversation has started on these lines, I'm damn sure you would have guessed it. Today's Just Curious India is going to be a deep dive into a personality. Probably, how do I introduce him? An Indian origin Canadian singer, songwriter, composer, based in Toronto, trained in Hindustani and Carnatic classical music. All of this is something the Wikipedia or any introduction would usually be like. But these introductions seldom brings out the human side of the face, of the voice that you've heard. So here I am to dig deep into his heart, into his mind, and unleashing one and only Abby V on Just Curious India. So firstly, Abby, welcome to Just Curious. What's up, dude? How are you?
Thank you, Rashmi. I'm so happy to be here. What great energy. What a great studio you have. I'm so happy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Dude, you know, before the podcast scene happened, like I told you before, I think I've followed your music from 2020. Ever since your 73 Ragas with Abby kind of went viral.
Yeah.
You know, me being a musician myself, I even thanked my own, what do you call, heavens for me not taking music as a profession, because when I heard your level of singing, I really felt ki now this is the benchmark, this is the yardstick, and that's
very
what
sweet.
every musician would have definitely felt deep down. But apart from this, I'm sure the masses, I'm sure they would have heard you through your latest Kantara's Brahma Kalasha, or could be any song that they've connected with you through your social media journey. Firstly, welcoming you here, and where are you coming from? How are you?
Thank you, Rashmi. I'm so happy to be here. I've seen so many of your podcast episodes.
Thank
So
you.
big fan and
Are
happy to
yaar.
be here. I am coming in actually straight from Mumbai. So my luggage is right outside the studio. I walked in directly from the airport because I've just been traveling quite a bit the past couple of weeks.
Mhm.
I flew in back from Toronto. I was in Mumbai for a day. But I just thought, you know what, right now Kantara fever is going on in Bangalore. It's the best place to be.
Mhm.
And I love this city. I love everything about Bangalore.
Why do you love Bangalore? What's your takeaway from Bangalore?
From Bangalore, the food, first and foremost, I love the food here. I think
Any
Bangalore
specifics?
makes the best dosa in the world comes from Bangalore, I think. I mean, the benne dosa is so good. And Davanagere benne dosa,
Uh-huh.
which I've not yet had, but I've heard it's even better than the regular benne dosa.
It's
Holige,
crispier, it's brown,
is it?
and it has that aloo palya in between
Oh,
without
ho, ho, ho.
the turmeric, and the chutney has a different
Oh.
flavor.
Right after this podcast, can we go and get some?
Yeah. Surely. So the
That
man
and filter
clearly is a
coffee
foodie.
here, amazing filter coffee. In fact, just from the airport, I had some really, really nice Bangalore filter coffee. I don't know what that is, but it was really strong. It was incredible with jaggery. So good. Then I also really like holige. So anyway, I love the food in Bangalore. I also really like the people here. I think Bangalore is one of the most welcoming places in the world.
Welcoming
Uh,
meaning?
welcoming, like, I mean, I feel like I've grown up here. Every time I'm here, the hospitality is just off the charts. Uh, I think, I don't know, I just find that there's a lot of love here. Like, I always say that Bangalore, I love Bangalore. I think Bangalore also really loves me. Every single time, I genuinely feel that way. I just feel like the city really has a lot of love to give to anyone who wants to have a place here.
Mm-hmm.
So much that I'm contemplating moving to Bangalore soon. Any
Oh,
suggestions on
really?
where in Bangalore I should move? I'm thinking Koramangala. What do you think?
Spot on.
Yeah, Koramangala.
Koramangala is good.
What area is this?
This is off Sarjapur Road.
Okay.
This is towards the IT belt, the IT heart of Bangalore, near
Okay.
your Sarjapur and Marathalis and all.
Okay.
But this
okay.
is like the new Bangalore.
New Bangalore.
But what
okay.
you're talking about is probably the cool Bangalore torch bearers like your Indra Nagars and Kormangla. That's good.
Indra Nagar. I've heard a lot about Indra Nagar. A lot of people say, "Oh, we're from Indra Nagar, so the rest of the places are not as good as ours." I've heard that it's Indra Nagar is like the South Bombay of Mumbai, where if you're from South Bombay, no other place is good enough for you. So I think
Acha.
Indra Nagar, I feel like has that vibe a little bit. So I really want to check out
Yeah,
Indra
yeah.
Nagar. I have not been there yet.
That's one, and Sadashiv Nagar is also the
The place, is it?
probably according to me the Bandra of Bangalore.
Really?
Like all the high
Okay.
profile people and then beautiful roads.
Wow. What's it
all
called?
of that. Sadashiv Nagar.
Sadashiv Nagar. Okay.
You have
All right.
popular personalities staying there, of course. Dr. Rajkumar sir.
The great, yes.
Yes, so
Of course.
he stayed there, and of
Wow.
course our late Puneet Rajkumar sir.
Of course,
all
of
of them.
course, of course, of course.
Anyway,
That's
so a lot
amazing.
of Bangalore musing happening here.
Absolutely. And to cut off, what else I like about Bangalore? The entertainment, the music here, especially. The films, of course. Kantara being one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. The first and the second one. But also the music, like Dr. Rajkumar, since you brought him up. Huge fan. I've grown up listening to a lot of his songs.
Really?
But I think recently, now that I'm, more into the Kannada fraternity and, being part of this industry, I've just, everywhere I go, people talk about his songs and, talk about, and on my For You page on Instagram, I keep seeing his reels and his, his work and all that stuff. It's so inspiring because, what a phenomenal artist in every aspect.
Dude, he was such
Be
a
it-
multitasker. He was an
Right?
actor. You should listen to his song, that Nadamaya. Have you heard it?
Yes, yeah, of course.
I'm sure you being the
Incredible.
classical maestro yourself.
In fact, just this morning I was hearing this one song in Mishra Shivaranjani. I forgot the name of the song. I
Can you give me the
saved it on
tune?
my-
I can help you with the lyrics.
Yeah, the charanam goes. Kind of like Mere Nana Savan Bhado. The sa re ga ga re da sa. It's very beautiful. I'm not sure if it's a very popular song, but I've been on a Dr. Rajkumar like binge session.
Oh yeah?
So on my flight today, I just downloaded a lot of his songs.
What led you to it, if I may ask?
Just everywhere I go, the love for him. And so I've heard so many of his songs growing up, but I didn't get to growing up in Toronto. You don't get a chance to really watch a lot of the movies and be as much part of the culture,
Indian culture.
as you would when you're in India. So I didn't get a chance to really, focus on his journey, his work as much as I am able to now. Now that I'm in Bangalore, everywhere I go, every interview I do, people talk to me about Dr. Rajkumar and the brilliance that his work is, and I've just like sort of rediscovered so many of his pieces, and I'm completely in love with his work. This song was Aaratiye. Aaratiye, sorry.
Darigilidante. That one, right?
That one, Mishra Shivaranjani.
Oh, amazing.
So Mishra Shivaranjani is a very cool raga. It has a very personal connection to me because that was one of the first ragas. Mere Nana Savan Bhado, there's that song, no? Shivaranjani goes sa re ga pa da sa sa da pa ga re sa. Now if you add one note in there, sa re ga pa da sa re ga ga re sa da pa da sa re ga re da. So that other ga re da sa, it becomes Mishra Shivaranjani. So I thought, like, my dad used to explain these concepts to me when I was a child. And I thought it was so fascinating. So this raga was what sort of really started this fascination of like how one note can change the entire mood of a raga, and like
Wow.
this fascination for ragas. So that's why now when I heard this song by Dr. Rajkumar, I was like, wow, I just fell in love with it all over again.
Crazy. You know, you're like everything that I touch is something like gold. Like, especially when it comes to singing, right? You just open your mouth. There is no warm up. There is nothing. You just kind of touch all the notes right. There is nothing which is flat. The breath
That's very
work is
sweet. Thank
right.
you.
So now I'm really asking this, representing all the musicians who are watching you right now. Like, what's your Riyaz like? Who are you? Like, how did you crack this? Like, your speaking voice, singing voice, there's no zilch of a difference. You're not struggling, not making any face.
That's very kind of you to say. Thank you, thank you. I don't know. I mean, right now, with all the jet lag and all that stuff, I'm still not even able to do like regular riyas because I keep traveling, and like, where do you find the time to sit, for an hour or two, every day in the morning or in the evening because you're constantly in different time zones.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of when you get into music and when you love music so much, sometimes even listening to music with that intention is almost like Riyaz. Of course, nothing beats actual, like, warming up and, like, the dexterity of, like, you using a voice in different styles, and practicing your range and all that stuff. But at some level, I think listening to very inspiring music, and a lot of your music is from the mind, right? How you cultivate certain phrases and that creativity that comes in. So when you listen to brilliant music like this, like from Dr. Rajkumar, or Rahman sir, and or Ajnishana for that matter, all these great musicians I hear, and I'm just like, wow. And I'm always listening to music, and
So
that's a
you're
big part of my
saying
riyaz.
listening is one part of your auditory Riyaz that happens, so that
Huge.
you know how to frame those routes, like Manodharma they call. You know where to
Certainly.
travel, what are the possibilities, the blueprint
Certainly.
you will get off.
Certainly. I mean, even like aspects of like playback singing, right? Like when you, again, to bring up Dr. Rajkumar sir again, every time I listen to him, I feel like the dynamics in his voice are just so incredible. PB Srinivas also from Karnataka, SPB sir, Yasuda sir. These people, like when they sing, the dynamics are so on point that you don't even need a visual when you listen to the
Like
audio.
example, like how what do you observe when you listen to these maestros?
Like for instance, uh, Yesudas sir, right? Like what a brilliant artist. So, uh, தென்றல் வந்து என்னை தொடும் ஆஹா சத்தம் என்றே முத்தமிடும். You see how if I'm just a singer who's just singing the notes, தென்றல் வந்து என்னை தொடும் ஆஹா சத்தம் என்றே முத்தமிடும், same notes, but the feel and the dynamics are just not there. The way he sings, தென்றல் வந்து என்னை தொடும்
Wow.
ஆஹா சத்தம் என்றே முத்தமிடும். So he'll soften the சத்தம் என்றே முத்தமிடும். So these kind of things, when you listen to this music and just grows on you, and you sort of internalize the way that they've handled all this, it just somewhere seeps in. So now when I sing a song, for instance, Brahma Kalasha, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಶಿವನೇ ಭಕ್ತಿದಾರಿಯು, I'll sing it that way instead of ಭಕ್ತಿದಾರಿಯು, same notes, but I'll have that dynamic. And of course, the music directors also really help. Like for instance, in this song, Ajni Shana was a huge mentor in guiding me how to sing this song. So
As
I
in,
was singing initially like bhakti dariyu, and he said, no, Abby, I want you to have more of that bhakti in that note, especially in that word bhakti dariyu, have more of the breath, so that the emotion comes out. So I think a lot of this is just learning from genius artists like this. Sometimes it's direct face-to-face learning, that like I had with Ajni Shana. Sometimes it's indirect with legends like this.
amazing. I think we've had the example of Ekalavya being a person who's seen it all from distance,
From a distance,
from a
yeah,
distance,
yeah.
and taken it. So that's for you when it comes to few singers that you've not had an opportunity to meet them directly.
Yeah, yeah,
There you've
yeah.
been an Ekalavya yourself, and some I'm
Absolutely.
sure your own talent has taken you places. You've worked with Anirudh, you've
Yes.
worked with Ajanish,
Correct.
you've worked with even
Chitrama.
Chitrama, yeah, Rahman sir, and I mean, interesting to see how you're slowly building your own stepping stone to build an empire of your own?
That's
What?
very sweet of you to say. Thank you, thank you. I mean, just it's just a blessing to even be in the same space as these artists that I've looked up to so long.
Exactly. So, how did you crack your entry? Because, like I told you, I've been following you when you had close to 90,000 followers or 1 lakh followers to the journey where something went viral. So, one is getting the attention from the public, next is landing work.
Yeah.
So, now, what was the journey like? Was it easy?
I think the journey over the last 5 years has been great. Like it's been wonderful, because of social media. I think this
Meaning?
social media has been a game changer in my life. So me posting videos is how I have gotten all of my work. I don't know anyone in the industry. Like we have absolutely zero connections, and like not even like no like distant relative or a friend who's like we don't even have a house in India. Uh, Up until like now that I've moved back. So that was how much of like the industry was so alien to me.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like, coming here, I was just so clueless. I just really wanted to do music in India. So I tried. So before 73 Ragas, before 2020, I used to come to India. I used to learn music a little bit, whenever I could during the summers. And then I used to also like try to meet people and audition for songs, for concerts and all that stuff. And I guess, for some reason, nothing really worked out. This was until January 2020. So I used to come to India, from and take a break from like university. Like during the summer months, I would come. I test out the waters here, see what the scene is like. Try to intern with a couple of studios, production houses.
Like, do you like to name them?
Yeah, like Yashraj in Bombay. I've worked with. I've done a couple of sessions there at Yashraj Studios. Shankar Hasan Loy in
So, what's
Bandra.
interning for them like?
You just sort of you sit with them, you sort of assist in some ways, and help
Composing.
composing, and maybe miking up the singers and all that stuff.
Seriously.
I've done those things, and I've
Who
tried.
all have you mic'd up?
I remember and singing chorus. I remember I've sung chorus with like Arijit Da and everyone. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
singing with like he'll like they'll be the main singer, and then we'll sort of come in and learn how to sort of amp up the track with our vocal energy and all that stuff. All of that I've done, but the ultimate goal was obviously to be the singer,
The front singer and
and yeah,
not
the front
the.
singer, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and not the track singer or something. So I've done the track recordings and all stuff, but it was, that was a slightly very difficult and um, slightly uncomfortable phase of my life, because I saw that struggle a little early. Like I didn't have a place to stay, so I used to like really struggle for like even like something as basic as like accommodation. Like when I landed in India, I had nowhere to go, and so just staying at very very random places. Not a lot of places would give bachelors in Bombay, especially, like a place to rent, because
Really?
yeah, that's still an issue in Mumbai. So that used to happen. No money, like I was just a college kid, right? So I had absolutely no money. So it was very difficult and no connections. And of course, like you've heard the stories about like singers waiting outside the studios and all that stuff. So I've done all that actually.
It's legit. It's
Yeah,
real.
totally legit. Because I also didn't know what other way there was. I think this is like before 2020, um, there were two main ways to get into the industry. I
Okay.
think one
Okay.
was through like getting a big break, like getting a nice song,
Mm-hmm.
which was ideal, or you go through a reality show. And I didn't want to go
Mm-hmm.
through a reality show.
Why?
For some reason, I just felt like, because I'd seen some other reality show singers who were extremely talented, and I just felt like the place where they should have been, they didn't get, maybe because of the tag or something like that. I could be wrong, but I just felt like, and the whole, and I heard about like the dynamics of a reality show. It is a show at the end of the day. So I don't know how organic the process is and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So I wanted to stay away from
You never
participating
thought
in a
of
reality show.
getting into Indian Idol and all of that.
No, never. I used to want to, as a kid, I wanted to be a part of like the junior shows,
Got
but
it.
after that, I lost interest in
So
that.
before that, these were the two blueprints.
The two
Then,
major ones.
so later,
And slowly the internet was coming up. So we did have like some great examples, like Jonita, for instance, blew up
yes,
over the internet,
Jonita Gandhi.
and Jonita Gandhi, Justin Bieber in like in North America, he had that, with YouTube, he came up so beautifully, and Doja Cat, like all these other great artists started coming up. I was very uncomfortable putting anything on the internet because I was like, if when you perform live or you're at a studio, you're just, it's that moment is done. Like you record for that day, or you do a concert and it's done. Like the memory is over.
Mm-hmm.
But when you record a video and you have to post it on your YouTube channel, it is there for life unless you decide to take it out. And so I was so like, and I had already seen all this like struggle going up, and I just felt like I don't know if I have it in me, and I don't know if I'm camera friendly, and all these other doubts. Crazy, because I mean, look, after that, I mean, I just posted that one video. Somehow I just thought, okay, it's a good idea, that 73 ragas video that I had.
How did you even come up with something so unique? I mean, because it's not a piece of cake. It's a freaking 73 ragas that you're weaving together.
Yeah, that was, I think it was just a very random idea. So I'm really fond of pop culture. Like anything pop culture, I love. So like all the Taylor Swift songs, all the Post Malone, like I'm there to consume pop culture. And of course classical music. So these two things are like they run in parallel in my body.
Mm-hmm.
And so 73 Questions with Vogue is a very popular video concept, right? From Vogue.
Mm.
So a lot of comedians started making parodies of that, and they would just make jokes about the concept. So I was like, hey, why don't I do like a musical version? No one had done a musical version of it, so I thought maybe
Interesting.
let's do a musical. And I always, like, for me growing up in Toronto, I never put different forms of music in boxes saying this is Carnatic, this is Western, this is Hindustani or R&B or whatever. Everything was sort of like equal and in equal abundance for me. So ragas were ragas. I never sort of looked at them as like, oh, this is a particular, this Gharana Hindustani raga and this is a very ancient Carnatic raga. Nothing like that. It was just ragas. So I felt that when I come to India, though, a lot of people were sort of boxing it like, oh, this is this is this Gharana raga, and this is a rain raga, this is a Carnatic raga from this Bani, and that kind of a thing. So I just felt like, hey, it might be nice to sort of just combine all of that and put it under one roof, and just maybe have a string of ragas one
Mm-hmm.
after the other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I just did that video, and that was my very first video ever.
And
No plan, no marketing. I had no idea what I was doing.
was that your house that you shot in?
That was actually my friend's house, because my sister was going into labor that very day. So I
Oh.
wasn't allowed into. So I was gonna cancel the shoot, go to the hospital, but they only allowed 4 people
Mm-hmm.
into the room. So
Mm.
my sister was like, no, 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 just stay, because it's probably gonna stay. It's gonna take a while.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I finished the shoot early in the morning. I called my friend. His name is Karan. He's a wonderful guy who, both of us were just sort of starting out. He's a great cinematographer.
Mm-hmm.
So he just came over, and I just gave him a list of ragas, and I said, just read them out, and I'll just sing them one after the other. And like there was nothing, like there was no lighting, there was no, like, we didn't even have like a thumbnail that we took, like we didn't take a photo of the thing. It was just something very innocent video that we created. Like now I have many more like metrics to follow, right? I'll be like, okay, I'll upload at this time on this day,
Mm.
because that gets more
Mm.
engagement and all that stuff.
Mm.
I don't know what I was thinking at that time. I just uploaded the video, but I mean, like the response was overwhelming.
You're
I just
just
saw.
walking through the house and then,
Yes.
like
Uh,
Abhishek Bachchan's ad, walk the talk. You are like walking the legacy of these Indian ragas, 73, just like you're breathing them out.
That's very sweet. I mean, yeah, it was just a very sort of passionate thing that I wanted to do.
So what happened? Like after this video went, what was your first DM that shocked you or surprised you? Somebody from the industry?
So many people started sharing and messaging and calling, which, so until that point, as I told you, I had been trying to meet a lot of these musicians and producers and labels and all that stuff, and I got no response.
So what did failure teach you, or what did setbacks? How did you look at setbacks then?
I think it just gave me this perspective that whatever I'm doing now is, like, it's such a bonus. Like, this is the life that I've always dreamt of. I used to look at other singers and be like, wow, such a great blessing to just live your life in music.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. And I'm
Singers like?
so glad, knock on wood, that I'm able to do that now.
Yes.
It is such a big blessing. And to see that grow step by step, is an even greater blessing. Like, I mean, I never had like a major. So I had a major viral video, but it didn't translate into like a huge breakthrough song immediately, or a breakthrough like a huge world tour that happened because the pandemic was right then. You know, so I the video went viral, and for the next 2 years we just sat at home because it was a pandemic. So I just felt like, what, like such great timing. I mean, the moment I went viral, where the world shuts down. So I got a lot of calls. I remember I got a call from Rahman sir's office.
Wow.
What was right after the video. Like? That was the moment that I was like, this is something else. Like I just felt like, and what a great musician for him to have recognized talent like this from somewhere else. Like, you know, I've never spoken to him before. I didn't even feel like I was ready for him, so I never even tried to reach out to him before that. But his office sent me an email saying, "Sir has seen your video and would like to connect." I thought that was such a wonderful thing, and I was just so it just made me feel so positive about my art and the world of music at large. That people like him appreciate good music, and people like him are there to actually support young artists. That's a very big blessing. Anirudh.
I saw a photo. Sorry to cut you.
Yes, absolutely.
I saw a photo of you with Rahman sir.
Yes.
See, these photos and clips, they don't tell us the BTS. You know, what the emotions that you all feel, the kind of emotions that ran through you the day you met him, all of it. Can you paint the picture for us?
Oh, I just so Rahman sir actually called me for this wonderful classical band, raga-based band that he's putting together called Jhala, which is his initiative. So that happened this year, but I met him for the first time last year. When I came to India, I just emailed him saying, so he had, after that time, we never got a chance to meet because it was the pandemic, as I mentioned. So last year I met him, and I emailed him, and within 10 minutes I got a response saying, yes, of course. Within 10 minutes. Can you believe? Like, this is
Rahman
sir. I mean, like, he's the greatest musician in the world. And I kid you not, within 10 minutes he said, yes, let me know when you're in Chennai. We'll meet. And so when I was in Chennai, I met him.
We went to his studio?
At his studio, yes, yeah. So it was a wonderful meeting, and then he invited me.
Sorry, we've not seen.
Oh,
some questions will
everything
be very
about him. In fact, he invited me also to his. There's a very special place that he's created called Peace Garden. So he invited me there as well.
What's Peace Garden?
It is like it's a very beautiful, very peaceful. So exactly what the name sounds like. Very, very peaceful sort of a garden setting that has been created in honor of his mother. So very, very, very beautiful space, beautiful musical space. So he had invited me there as well, and I got some very precious moments to spend with him. Inside, I'm just like, I was about to pass out. For me, Rahman sir is everything. He is the reason that so many of us are in love with music. So I'm just eternally grateful to him. That, I mean, the fact that he knows who I am itself is like, wow. I mean, I had
big validation for you, right?
Absolutely, I've dreamt of this, right? So, and he's such an inspiring person. He still keeps up with everything that's going on. He's aware of who's doing, who's the next talent. What is the next trend? I mean, as an artist, we're all striving to stay relevant and keep reinventing, because sometimes it can get a little saturated for ourselves. So it's very important for us to keep reinventing ourselves, keep up with the times and all that stuff. And he is the greatest example of this.
So I remember meeting him when it was Filmfare's red carpet. It was Facebook's event.
Okay.
So he just came in, very calm demeanor.
Yeah.
Just stood there with the sunglass and all of that. Just smiling, and just passed. Like,
yeah.
Went on to the main stage area.
Yeah.
But what's one thing that you have seen about Rahman sir from such a close circle?
Yeah.
Proximity that the world has not. Like, how should we all understand him?
He actually has a phenomenal sense of humor. He is always cracking jokes. I mean, we just did a show in Toronto. Like, he was there. So we opened for him, and backstage, after the show, he came. He was just talking to all the artists. just making some great jokes, and we were all just having a great time. Like
Jokes about?
that, just about, like who was there, like the kinds of people, like I'm not sure if I can mention exactly what the, just because of the people involved, but it was just very, very friendly, funny
मतलब
jokes.
टांग
He's
खींचना.
Tang Kichna, yeah, he's
Mhm.
great. He's a very, very friendly, humorous person to be around. Like you would expect, someone with that level of greatness and brilliance, that, there's usually sometimes like maybe there's a distance, that kind of, there's a wall, that kind of thing. Of course, there's so much of respect that surrounds him.
Mhm. Mhm.
You had, like, that respect is undeniably there, but at the same time he makes it so comfortable. He's I thought it was so great that he's so funny, and he likes to make the mood very light, because I'm sure he realizes that everyone around him is in awe of him. They just
He
it's
knows it, and he knows how to tone
absolutely,
the pressure down.
absolutely. I'm
Oh,
sure.
interesting.
I'm sure.
Ambition is hunger dressed as hope. We all have ambitions, right?
Interesting. Okay.
Like, I wanted to be a singer, I turned out to be an RJ, no regrets, but
Yeah.
ambitions, like I said, it's hunger dressed as hope. For you, if you look at your own journey, what was your ambition? What was your hunger? Did you manage to stay on your track, or did life take you to some new roads that you never thought you would enter?
Luckily, it's been exactly on that path. I wanted to be in music.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be a singer
Mm-hmm.
since forever. And I'm just so glad that I get to do this. So there was a brief time when I really wanted to be like a professional classical performing artist,
Mm-hmm.
like a Carnatic or a Hindustani.
Okay. Why?
Um,
Why only that? And
I was just in love with classical music. This was like during my high school.
mm-hmm.
I was enamored with the concept of like ragas, and how they have this effect on your body. Like classical music, they say it's like, it's very difficult to get into it, but once you do, it becomes like, it becomes a nice hobby, then passion, then it becomes an obsession,
Mm-hmm.
because there's so much to discover. Like you discover like a couple of ragas, and then you just can't get enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, oh my god, this raga, Vachaspati, Vagadishwari, Nasika Bhushani, Varali, Nalinakanti. Like it's incredible, the vast amount of like bliss that this system of music, especially South Asian classical music with Hindustani ragas and Carnatic ragas, the kind of bliss that they can give,
Mm-hmm.
it's unparalleled.
Yes.
So, and classical music also came into my life pretty late. Like I was in high school when I fell in love with it. Before that, I used to hate classical music. I was like, nah, bro, this is not for me. I was a fully pop guy.
So, at what age did you start singing?
I started singing very young. My dad sings, right? But my dad he's not a trained classical singer. So we sing a lot of like, my dad sings a lot of pop music, like as in like Bollywood, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada. So he sings a lot of, like, he used to do a lot of shows in Toronto. So I used
Mm-hmm.
to accompany him as a child, and I used
Mm-hmm.
to sing some songs with him.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
that was happening.
That was happening.
So,
Absolutely.
parallelly, high school,
High
high school, right? What
high-
happened? How did the flair for classical music come in?
So my parents put me in classical classes. Like, I used to go to teachers and try to learn Carnatic music and Hindustani music, but I just hated it so much. I was like, this is so boring for me, and I'm not meant. I'm meant for pop music and all that stuff. So, but I think in high school, what happened was I started hearing some concerts by some phenomenal classical musicians, including my own gurus, who ended up becoming my gurus, Srimati Ranjini, Srimati Gayatri, Ranjini Gayatri. They are a huge inspiration for me, because they, their way of presenting classical music also towards the end of a concert, it's very like it has a lot of pop elements with the druttans and the abhangs and all that stuff that they do.
Sorry, what's Drut, Than, and Abhangs?
So like the fast paced, like they'll sing like an abhang, like Chala Mandira Thoba Chala Mandira. It's a very sort of generic, it's a very it's a song that everyone can sort of vibe to.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to sing a song out Pandharitsa Bhuta Mothe, Pandharitsa Bhuta Mothe, Ala Gela. See, you're tapping your fingers, right? As I sing this. So that kind of music, it's not as hardcore as like an alapana would be. Tadana ri ra na na ri na na. It's not as hardcore as this. But then that's a great entry point, when you come in through an abhang or, like one of those tilanas or something like that, or a bhajan, you sort of enter that system and then you start discovering, okay, this is this raga. Okay, maybe let me listen to another song in the same raga. And if I like this raga, maybe I can try listening to another raga. And then like slowly you start building that sort of, you let go of that resistance to enjoy classical music. That's exactly what happened to me. So I started being a little bit more open to the idea of classical music. And before I knew it like consumed me. I was obsessed. From a boy who never thought he's gonna like classical music to someone who was obsessed with it, and my parents were like scared that I might be like a little too much into this. Like I was like just 24/7 into ragas. That's it.
What was your obsession to a naked eye like?
I was like, before school, after school, at night, during lunch, during dinner, like it was just ragas for me. I was downloading music from here and there. I was reading on Wikipedia because I had very little face to face time with my gurus. So a lot of the knowledge that I could get was from the internet. So thanks to all those people who uploaded great like Wikipedia pages and all scanned books on the internet and all that stuff. I used to read. I used to just download concerts because I couldn't. Actually, I wasn't in India, right? So I couldn't go to concerts that much. So I wasn't in India. So a lot of the access to classical music only happened through like online platforms. So forums. I used to be like actively part of like all these forums discussing ragam tanam pallavis and
Any
what tala
forums,
is.
like for example, people would want to visit.
I don't know if those forums are still there anymore. There was this one called rasikas.org. I was very active on there. Like, I mean, it was just, I used to just come back from school and not do homework, but just do this. It was seriously an addiction.
So
Classical
this
music became like a
switch.
drug. And yeah, the switch.
Drug which is healing the world today through you.
I mean, thankfully, but like my parents were legit scared at one point. They said, this is a little too much now. Like they had asked me to get into classical music, but not like at this level where it was. Because I also realized that like I was a little late to the game because a lot of other singers in classical music, they start very young. And they're like a lot more studious than I was this rebel kid, so I was like, I don't want to go to class, so I stopped going to class. A lot of the other kids would probably continue classes and they'd eventually see the value in classical music. I had a late start, right? So, and a lot of this learning, but even though the start was late, it was so rapid Rashmi. The growth was very rapid for me, only because I fell in love with the music. Like I'd had very little time with gurus. So my other guru, Srimati Raji Gopalakrishnan, she's also a performing musician from Chennai. She used to visit Toronto and teach during the summers, but hardly like 2 months a year,
The
if
rest
at all.
was all your own digging into it, staying at it.
Completely, just online listening, and reading about reading books, because that's when I was so enamored. I was smitten with this concept of classical music that I was like, I just need as much information as I can get. So all these ragas that you hear me sing are all from that period of like those 4-5 years of me just consuming classical music like a maniac. Like I was just obsessed with
Now, if I can ask you, you think musicians are gifted? Is it innate or is it a skill that they can hone?
Both. I think somewhere, if you that skill to hone, I think starts with a gift somewhere. I've met very few people who claim that they were like tone deaf and like they just really didn't understand the concept of like pitching and all that stuff, but they like worked their way into music. I think usually I'm not sure how to answer that question, because I think everything goes hand in hand. But I think music inherently is a great skill that you have to like, you have to love it for you to really like understand it more. In my case, that was very, very prominent. Like,
It's
I
the
had no
interest.
force. Yeah, there was no force from my family to get into music or learn music. If I didn't want to do it, my parents were like, okay, fine, cool, no problem.
Dude, this comes from a struggling musician's point of view. I'm 84 born, I'm 41 today. And
Today's your birthday?
no, I meant as on 2025.
Okay, okay.
So early days in India, right? Musicians, to find a footing, it was orchestras and probably concerts.
Yeah.
So I used to get 250 rupees per orchestra, ka 3 hours singing and all of that. So struggles come in different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Later, somewhere I couldn't find a living out of it. RJing happened. I kind of completely ghosted music. But I'm sure a lot of musicians might have had a similar journey, but probably a different variation of it. 5 tips for struggling musicians to not give up and to make a career out of it, coming from Abby.
That's oh, that's a lot of pressure. I don't know if I'm the right. Like, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm big enough to give any sort of feedback. But I'll just speak about my own journey. I think just first and foremost, just go for it. You know, I think there's always going to be that insecurity, and you know that lack of confidence, and that thought saying you're not good enough. That's always going to be there. I have it. Every musician I know has it. But that should never stop you from clicking that upload button or posting that song, or just just reaching out and whatever. Just go for it. I think so much of our own doubt and insecurity holds us back, and that's the worst thing that you could do to yourselves.
Since you got this up, can we ask what your insecurity was, or is it still there? I'm sure.
Yeah, so much. I mean, I thought I was very like I thought I was not very camera friendly for a long time. Uh, I think I'm okay now, but before I just felt like, oh my gosh, this world of like Instagram, YouTube, I don't understand it. This is what I used to think. Now I feel like I'm an expert because I post so much. But at that point, can you imagine? Like, I just felt like I don't understand this game, hashtags, and like sharing stories. Like, what is this? I don't understand any of this. Like, I just felt like it wasn't me. I thought I was more of an organic musician who just thrives on stage and the studio, and this world of social media is not for me. And look where I am now. Like, all my offers come through social media. It's because of my social media presence that
Amazing.
I've gotten all this. So I think a lot of it is just our own.
Demons eating you up.
Exactly. So that's the
So, on a
biggest
social media, anything else?
thing. Is insecurity. So no, social media is not an insecurity. I think it was
I love
just
camera.
putting myself out there, kind of a thing. Yeah, I think that's it. I still have doubts about like, am I is since I haven't grown up in India, so some of the other forms of music, like for instance folk music, right? I'm not sure if I'm, if I can understand the nitty gritty of folk music as well, because I haven't had as much exposure to
The folk
rural
side, right.
folk music. But I mean, look at the song that was given to me. This is a great blend of classical meets folk.
And Brahma
Brahma
Kalasha.
Kalasha. It's a wonderful blend of the two. In fact, Ajnish Khanna's first briefing to me was, he said, a lot of the aspects of the song have to have that folk element in it. It's not just classical.
So, how did you work around the brief given?
All thanks to him and Rishabh sir and the whole team, the
Well,
way they
how did you
guided
record
me.
it? Like you were there, and even Rishabh sir was there.
Yeah, we actually recorded the song in stages. This song we've been working on it for about almost 2 years now. So yeah, we started about 1.5 years ago, and that's when we had our first session. And Anna was composing the songs. I've seen this song grow from a small baby to what it is now.
Incubated for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. And I had to hold this news in for 2 years. Everyone was like, hey, what brings you to Bangalore and all this stuff? And I was like, yeah, there's some work. I never told anyone because
Wow.
I wanted to, until the announcement was made, I didn't tell anyone.
Any
But
reason
yeah, I've seen.
why you didn't?
Hmm?
Any reason why you didn't tell it out?
No, just it's until the official announcement's made. It's better to keep it to yourself, and that's when I think it's nicer also that way. Your fans and the listeners get this, and immediately as soon as you make the announcement, the audio's out, so they can immediately listen to it. So it's
The
it's a very
timing.
wholesome sort of a thing. So I enjoy that also, and plus so this song. So I mean, Mindu Madiyanotu Bandu Kaya Mudiyuta. All those moments have a lot of folk influences. This raga itself, all that, a lot of all that, Unda Gizutali Parashiva Shaktiya, all that, a lot of folk influences there. So
Mm-hmm.
this is all Ajnishana who was like guiding me. The way he's composed it itself, such a great blend of folk meets classical. So that was again a big insecurity for me. Will I be able to handle folk music if that comes my way?
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't really dabbled in folk as much. But again, see, that insecurity got solved with this. So I think it's all just, everything is just in your mind.
Go
So
for it.
so and you asked for five, I'm just going to give you this one, which is the main thing I think which cures all other hindrances. Just go for it. Just don't give in to your insecurities. I'm learning that every day. Like even now, it's a struggle sometimes.
Dude, your Kannada is like perfect. The dialect,
Thank you.
people can't tell you that, that na or na, the pronunciation is not
I'm so
right or
happy to
something
hear
like
that.
that.
Thank you.
How did you crack it?
I love Kannada. I really, really, genuinely, I think you can tell by now, I am a Kannadiga at heart. Um, love the language, love everything about Kannada culture. I don't know. It's just, and Kannada is a very musical language to sing in. It's a very, it's
Why do
an
you say that
easier
as in
language.
meaning?
The syllables and the ratio between the consonants and the vowels is very, very proportionate for music. Like Telugu also. Telugu has every word in Telugu ends with a vowel, so it makes it a very musical language, which is why a lot of the classical compositions are in Telugu.
Example?
Like all
Like
the Tyagaraja
Kannada that
songs,
you're
no?
talking about, like the very musical language you said, no? Can you
In
give one?
Kannada or Telugu?
Kannada.
Kannada, no? So, for instance, even Gottilla Shivane Bhakti Dariyu. So, see, Gottilla Shivane Bhakti Dariyu. Every word ends in a vowel, or the stress is on the vowel. So, for instance, if you take another language, uh, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just that the ratio Gottilla Shivane Bhakti Dariyu. Shivane, there is a stress on the E,
Hmm.
and Bhakti Dariyu, there's a stress on the U. So
Hmm.
it's sort of very equally symmetrically divided. The stress on the vowels ending the two parts of the line. I don't know really, like until you really sing it, I think you don't realize the value of it. And since I've sung a lot of songs in Kannada and in other languages, I can see the difference. Kannada is a very, very easy and very musical language to sing in. I genuinely, like, every single time I've had a song experience in Kannada, it's one of the fastest languages for me.
Wow.
I feel very much at ease with
How many
Kannada.
songs have you done in Kannada so far?
I've done about five songs.
So this.
This is my first song, which is like the original is in Kannada. The other ones that I've recorded have all been dubbing versions of my other songs, which were also dubbed in Kannada.
Got it.
But if I, like, let's say I'm recording in five languages: Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam. Kannada will be the shortest amount of time that I take, from all, including the languages that I
Wow.
speak, Hindi and Tamil. More than that, Kannada will always
The
take the
reason
shortest
being
amount
it
of
is
time.
a musical language. It's
Very
very
musical
easy
language.
to
It's very
articulate and then wow.
Very, very easy. Very easy. Very intuitively, it just rolls off your tongue.
What was
There's
the
no like
toughest?
hidden.
There's no.
There's no hidden sounds, hidden vowels, and all that stuff. It's just so beautifully, like, it just. It's like
Like Tamil
butter.
and Malayalam is tough, no?
Malayalam is very difficult, right? And I speak a little bit of Malayalam, and it's still very difficult for me. But Kannada is very, very easy to sing. Malayalam is also a very musical language, of course. It sounds very nice when it's done, but it's more difficult for sure. But yeah, Kannada is a dream to sing in.
So are the people very easy to be with. So is the weather, and so is the language. So yay.
Yes.
Brahma Kalasha, what was the toughest part for you to sing?
Toughest part for me to sing was probably, I think, the getting that folk and that bhakti element a little bit, because as a classical music, you're usually analyzing what ragas and what notes and all that stuff. And I think in this song, what takes the forefront is the bhakti and the folk element of it, especially the bhakti. So, for instance, as I told you, I was singing Gotilla Shivane Bhakti Dariyu, very chest heavy, like a classical musician would sing. But Ajni Shanna beautifully would explain that, have more of a breathy sort of a take on this, so that you have that element of that surrender to the deva. So Gotilla Shivane Bhakti Dariyu. So see how like there's a lot more breath now. Bhakti Dariyu. Like that. And it's sort of like, the vibrato's floating a little bit.
Right.
So a lot more of that emotion of that like surrender kind of a thing, which I think for for someone like me who's grown up outside of India and all that stuff, it was it was a challenge to get into the skin of it. But I think
Mm-hmm.
once I got it, was very easy to do all the. So all the other languages also I've tried to emulate that same
All
feeling.
languages you only
Yeah,
sung, right?
except for Malayalam, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada.
Every interaction with a musician of yours is a huge chapter to like tap into and so much to look forward to. Now we are curious about your interaction with Anirudh, because of
Ani,
course to the
yes,
world he's a man of the masses, but
he's a rock star. He's one of the best guys to work with. Like,
why
I
do you say
mean,
that?
such a chill guy and one of the nicest people ever. Like, genuinely such a great guy. I remember when I was recording the song with him, we were recording late at night, and every take he would, like, right after I sing every take, he'd be like, Abby, man, killing it, macha, killing it, like, so good. Like, what a singer you are, man. Like, that take might not have been that great, but he'll still amp you up. He's like the best hype man ever. And it just makes you feel so empowered in the studio, because as a singer, when you're singing a song, especially if it's a new song, it's a very vulnerable state to be in, because you're just unearthing this melody, right? This that the composer already has a beautiful vision of the song, but the singer in the playback industry, the singer is just walking into that framework. So it's a very vulnerable space where you're trying to navigate the composer's idea, at the same time bring your own flavor to it, and try out the new lyrics and all that stuff. So it's like a whole different world that you're trying to navigate. It's a very vulnerable situation, and some music directors can really make you feel a little uncomfortable, especially when there's like a distance between them, and there's a whole vocal booth and you're all alone and all that stuff. Sometimes it can get a little overwhelming, but with Ani, like, it's just the best vibe ever. He will hype you up like anything, that you will feel like you did so much better than you would have otherwise.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He brings out the absolute best in you, and he's also a really, really, really nice guy. I remember after we recorded the song, we were just chilling after I had a studio until like 4 in the morning, and he dropped me back to my hotel after that. He said, "Come, I'll drop you." And we were on the way, and from his studio, there was someone who was waiting, a lyricist who had come all the way from Madurai to meet him in Chennai.
Oh,
So the security that was there at his studio, he told Ani that, "Sir, yaro vandirukanga, someone's here, and he's been waiting for about 4 hours while you were recording. Um, and do you want to meet him?" And everyone, like the whole team, everyone, we were all so tired because we had just finished the song and it was like 4 in the morning. I thought Anirudh might have been like, okay, I'll just meet him for a second, or maybe let's meet another day or something like that, right? It would have been fair for him to also say that. But he said, okay, Kuplinga, like, call him. And that guy came, and you know Anirudh spoke to him so kindly, and that guy had brought some lyrics papers to show Anirudh, and he actually went through those papers, and he said, "Is your phone number on here? Okay, I'll go through them tomorrow properly in the morning, and if there's any song, I'll call you on this number." And he said, "How are you going back home? Do you have do you have a vehicle? Like, are you?" He said, "No, no, sir. The bus station is right here. I'm just gonna. It's right here, so I'll take care. Don't worry." I'm sure he would have dropped him also if that guy had said. He's a really, really nice guy. He's a phenomenal
seriously,
human being.
success, money, all of it hasn't gotten to him.
Not at all. He's the biggest superstar in this country today, according to me. He's a singer. He's a dancer. The he's the most popular composer. A fantastic one at that.
Um, so I guess there's a line, don't run faster, but run truer. Like be
Yeah.
truthful in the journey and not focusing on the speed. I'm sure
Mhm.
this journey has opened many doors easily for you, which you were struggling before 2020.
Yeah.
What's your map like? Like, if you look at your own life right now, what do you want it to be the next 5 years?
That's interesting. I would love to see more growth. I've been very blessed with career milestones. It's not been a very sort of a rapid career, like where like one hit and then like you get 50 songs immediately
That
after
happens
that.
in
And
music industry as on 2025 today.
I'm sure it happens. I'm sure like you have some great examples, right? Like for instance, Madhubanti Bagchi, she's delivered quite a few hits last year. She's become like a very very successful singer in a short amount. She's very talented. So that I'm pretty sure you have those cases that happen.
And there are slow burners as well.
There are slow burners as well, yeah, and I think there's merit and credit to both kinds of journeys. I would never take away like Arijit, for instance. Arijit Da had such a prolific rise. Like people usually say, "Oh, quick fame. If you're just like an overnight sensation, it usually doesn't last." I don't think that's true at all because look at his case. He's one of the most successful singers of our time, and
Mm-hmm.
he had Tumi Ho, which was a huge success overnight. And that same year, he had like a bunch of other songs that also became
Mm-hmm.
very successful.
Mm-hmm.
He's still the number one singer of the country,
Mm-hmm.
and such a brilliant artist, right? So, I think there's a lot of merit to that. There's also a lot of merit to someone who's much slower and has seen like a slower growth, but very steady. So I don't know which kind of growth my next couple of years are going to be. Is it going to be
Do you
slower or is
kind
it
of
going to be
compare
faster?
yourself because it's human nature to always look at your neighbor's track, or are you conscious enough to reflect upon these things honestly?
I used to, very honestly, I used to compare and I used to feel like, okay, why, I wish, I could also, at this age, this other singer perhaps, went on this path. Why am I on another path right now? And, I used to wonder and all that stuff. And I used to question, is it my training? Is it my background? Is it the fact that I'm from somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Or the fact that I don't have connections and all stuff? I used to think about a lot of those things. But I think now, genuinely, if you ask me, I feel like that cliched saying of like everyone has their own path, and that destination wherever you're supposed to be, you will end up
You will
being
have your time to
somehow.
shine.
Yeah, yeah. And I really feel there's a lot of merit to that because sometimes I felt like when 73 August took off, I just felt like so many offers were coming in, but I couldn't travel to India at that time. So I just felt like, oh, why? Like, why exactly at that time?
Mm-hmm.
But things still, like, I still came to India and I still got my songs. And some of those songs, like, for instance, the Neelorpam with Anirudh, apparently, Anirudh had told me that this song was actually ready for me in 2020 itself after 73 Ragas. But they waited, also the movie got stalled and all that stuff, and then they waited, and then
Mm-hmm.
we
Wow.
recorded in 2024. So I think when it's meant to be, it will happen. And I think, so I think now I don't compare myself.
So, what's the kind of place that you hold in the market, Abby? Because we've seen people like Sonu sir, Sonu Nigam ji, Udit
Yes.
Narayans, to your Kumar Sanus, wherein they were known for their tone, the style of singing,
Yeah.
and then Arijit has his own mark, and then
Yes.
there's something called as playback voice.
Yeah.
And now, where do you think is your gap that probably you found a mark for yourself so that that's your stamp and that's your market to rule?
Yeah. I think that's for the audience to decipher and judge. I'm just happy doing music, whatever comes my way. I'm blessed that I get really good work, and like a song like this, how many singers have a solo song in such a great movie
Hmm.
as their launch in a whole new industry? Like I'm very
Absolutely.
very grateful. I'm just very happy doing this. Of course, I think because of my classical training,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I get a lot of songs which inherently have a little bit of that classical feel to it,
mm-hmm.
and I'm very happy with that as well. But I also, like, I'm a very pop pop guy,
You
right?
tone it down like when it is
I
a
would love
filmy
to.
song.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to do like a nice, easy, breezy pop love song. I love doing that as well. So yeah, I mean, I, actually to answer your earlier question, over the next 5 years, I think I would like to see more styles of work coming my way. Um, of course, classical will be a very strong part of my repertoire, but I think more pop, some R
Because
and B
that's the
stuff.
mass, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But I think, yeah, more than I think it's just I naturally also gravitate towards that kind of music. Like I love easy music, like Taylor Swift's music, right? It's very easily consumable. I love that music. Like her songs are like Post Malone. A lot of like generic pop music is like my favorite kind of music.
like they say heroines have a short span or like a calculated span. So is it true for singers as well? Like, once you have your hit song, is there a formula like the next 5, 10 years you need to keep adding songs to your kitty to stay on the top, and then again the curve comes down, somebody else will go up? Is there a set pattern
I think
here?
I'm too young to answer that question. I'm too young in the game.
But
But I
what?
think you have some stellar examples, no? Like look at Shankar ji, Shankar Mahadevan sir, Hariharan sir. Um, of course, these are all artists from the previous generation. Arijit also recent example. He's been going so strong for so many
Right,
years.
right.
I think it all depends on what kind of perseverance, of course, that you have to keep reinventing yourself. Um, I I would hope that I do that. Whenever I feel like okay, one area is perhaps stagnated, let's bring in something fresh
Mm-hmm.
and go with that. I know for a fact that I will be in music forever. That is there. So, in what way, shape, or form,
Right.
we'll see.
So for you right now, you have few trump cards. You're a composer, you're a singer, you're a performer. You can also be on the operations side of the label's front.
Yeah. Yeah, I could actually. I think I'd be pretty good at it, but I don't know if I want to explore that right now. I
Yeah,
think
I think you still
all
have a
my
lot of
energy is on my
these
performance
three.
career. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Um, through your journey so far, what's one crazy memory of yours that one door opened for you? It could be meeting a superstar. It could be meeting a very popular personality that kind of give you that kick as to, yeah, this is the moment. Has there been a moment so far? I mean, with always more to come being the
Yeah.
attitude, but
Yeah.
what's it so far?
So many. I mean, how do I even tell? I've been very lucky, Rashmi, like very honestly, to have been graced by so many incredible musicians that I looked up to all my life, like Chitra Ma, right? I mean, she's. I don't know how. Like when I look back, even now, I wonder how did I get so lucky to have so many frequent collaborations with her. She's one of my most frequent collaborators. I've done a full music video with her. I've done so many reels with her. I don't know her personally. Like, I mean, now I do, of course. She's very close to me. But before my music, I didn't know her. It was
So
all just very organic.
how did Chitrama's meet happen?
I actually had done a show in Malaysia a long time ago, and she was there for an interview at that time. So we both just like this, and she was as I was doing an interview, and then she was backstage. So I went and met her, and I said, "Chitrama, I'm a huge fan and all that stuff." And she was very sweet. She gave me her manager's number, and so anyway, that happened. I didn't think she would remember, but when I was doing my album with Ricky Cage, who's also an
Aram?
incredible friend, huh?
Aram?
Aramb, yes. Ricky is one of my closest friends in the music industry and such a great guy, such a great composer. So when we were doing this album together, we thought, okay, one of the songs should be sung with me, should be with Chitrama,
Chitrama?
and I think the label had approached her and she said, "Yeah, Abby, no, I know this guy. I've seen his reels and I've also met him." So she has a great memory. So
Mm-hmm.
she remembered that I had met her like 10 years ago,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, and she said yes to the song, And like her husband Vijay uncle says the only reason why we said yes to the song was because you're on it, Abby. So they're
Wow.
very, very, very kind, both of them, extremely kind. So that's how that happened. And then I've made so many reels with her. I count my blessings all the time. So with her, meeting Rahman sir.
So, three things that the world doesn't know about Chitrama that you saw. Like, what were your curiosities like when you met her for the first time? What were you like after having the identity of Abby?
She loves sweets. She loves donuts, especially like Krispy Kreme donuts. That's her favorite. She loves it. Um, she actually opens up really easily.
Yeah.
She'll talk about like personal things and all that stuff, like very sweetly. Like, I've had conversations with her about her marriage and all stuff. Like, she's very easy to talk to, and she'll tell me, oh, you should get married, Abby, and all that stuff. Like, she's very, very cool that way. Very there's almost like a very personal connection that inherently forms with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second thing. Third thing is that people don't know about her, is it? She's also really funny. She'll crack some great jokes. Like, I remember when we were trying to shoot the video, we had like a box of donuts in front of us, and she was like, Abby, the real punishment is the fact that you have these donuts in front of me, and I'm not even allowed to touch them unless you like shoot the video first. I thought it was so funny the way she said that. So she has quite the sense of humor.
Interesting. So, Chitrama done. And
Lemon.
what's your reaction like when you met a superstar that you've seen on the screen?
Like Rishabh sir.
Yep.
I don't know how to deal with. I'm so awkward sometimes because I just feel like, wow, what a personality, and like, everything about this person is just, the aura itself is just incredible. But it's the greatness of these people that they make you feel so welcome. Like
Mm-hmm.
Rishabh sir was just like hanging out in the studio when we were recording all the time and all that stuff, and I would go to him and touch his feet, and he's be like, "Hey, it's okay, what?" And I'll be like, "Sir, if you told me you were coming, I would have dressed better." He's like, "Hey, what? Look at me, no, I'm also the same and all." So it's such a chill vibe, such a great personality, like the kind of talent that he has, the brilliance. I, I don't even feel worthy to talk about it, but
He's a great human, dude.
incredible
Because
person.
before Kantara blew to that proportion,
Yes.
he had a movie called Harikate Alla Girikate.
Okay.
So there I was doing a show called Star Drive, wherein in the car I drive the guests and then I'm driving and then they're talking.
Okay.
So it so happened that one of those Osmo cameras were not working.
Okay.
So sitting right next to me, it almost took 15-20 minutes. But the guy is trying to strap on the camera, something is happening. He's like, okay, take your time, take your time. Like by then, he is already a star director.
Of course. Yeah.
But I think they never let the human side die, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't let the success and the money power
That's
mask their human side looks like, right?
That's true. That's very true. That's very true. And I think that's why they can relate to audiences so beautifully. Because they understand human emotions so well. Like, if you watch Kantara, the way like the dialogue, from everything from the screenplay to the script to the delivery of the dialogues, everything is just so relatable. It's almost like any common, like a friend of mine would be speaking. Like, that's how riveting the script is. And the call and response, I don't know how to exactly explain it, but it just feels very, very relatable as compared to a lot of other movies that I watch.
Hmm.
The script just seems like it's just like a conversation that anyone is having.
Very
That's even though
relatable.
the subject matter is so deep,
Hmm.
but that's the brilliance of someone like Rishabh sir. That I think because he is such a great human being himself, and he's so kind and humble, that he's able to make cinema that can just translate so beautifully to the common man. That's the power of a true artist.
Abby, every masterpiece, always costs an invisible piece of its maker. Like every masterpiece that we see has an invisible maker behind.
Yeah.
Could be through sacrifice, could be through them nurturing you. You've come this far. The minute I said this, who kind of came in front of your eyes?
My parents. Completely my parents. I think the kind of love and support that they give is just, I cannot put that in words. So as evident on social media, I'm very close to my parents, and I owe all of this
You
to
make a lot
them.
of reels with your dad, right?
I
Like you
do, I
singing
do, I
reels.
do.
But mom,
Mom, not as much. She's very camera shy, and she's like just very very shy in general.
mom's name being.
My mom's name is Pushpa. So she's actually the one who shoots a lot of our videos. Like a lot of the videos where you see my dad and me like making chakli together and singing, or making dosa together and all that stuff. A lot of those were bothering my mom to record the video for us.
How are you so candid? Like you come up with the craziest ideas. Like you get a cup, you are basically doing something with it. Now you're making chakli. You're making. So like, what is this? Like, where did this idea come from, and why this idea? Like,
I I think the point is that I just want to have a reflection of like my life, and I'm someone who's always singing. As I said, when I'm listening to music or I'm singing or something like that, it's always something to do with music. So any activity that I'm doing, I'll just be doing it with music running in my mind. Even like walking, I'll be walking to a rhythm,
what are you saying?
and that kind
Oh
of
my
thing.
God,
Yeah,
you live, walk,
yeah, everything.
breathe.
When I'm working out at the gym, like I'll sync my push-ups to like the beat of the song that I'm doing. So it's like, push
Too
up.
much.
That kind of, like, if it's like a 5 beat song, then I'll sync it to that kind of thing. So that's how I do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I make content that reflects all of this. A lot of times it's just like, random, like that Chakli video, for instance. It was during Diwali. We were all making chakli, and I said, "Hey, let's make a reel out of this, because Jab Deep Jale Aana, that was a song we sang, Deep, right? So about Diwali and all that stuff. It's one of our favorite songs. So I was like, let's just sing this
That's
and try to do it.
spontaneity.
Yeah, yeah. And I think
Wow.
those kind of reels also end up doing really well when it's just real, and it's just, it's spontaneous, and I think, yeah. So those kind of videos have been very successful.
How have you looked at the society in general? Usually, people try to fit in the society, or they fight the society, they outgrow it. What has your
Hmm.
journey been so far?
I'd like to believe that I'm a very positive person. Like I, I don't like anything negative. And I see a lot of my mentors, people that I look up to, also live this way. Like I've been told that Rahman sir is also like this. He's a very positive person. Stays away from anything that's negative. So I really, really like that energy. So to answer your question on that front, with society, always go with society. Why against? Be one with everyone else. Be one with the community. Do better for the society. Do better for the community at large. Help each other thrive. Isn't that the greatest thing? Like, I mean, what a great sense of community. Like, when I come to Bangalore, for instance, I've never been felt. No one's ever made me feel like, oh, you're an outsider, like you don't belong. None of that, right? And I feel so grateful in my heart that I've been accepted this way. I want to give back also this way. I want to be a part of this society. Never, ever, I don't ever want to go against, so your question was like, go against the society, or what
Like,
was it?
what route do you choose? Like, uh, outgrow it, fight the society, or be with
Be,
the
be always with.
one collaboration that you look forward to?
Sir, with Rahman sir, as in to do a song with him, it's the greatest thing. I would love to do that. Also with Asha ji, I've met her a few times. I know
What
her.
happened when you met her?
We bonded over music. She sang a little bit, I sang a bit, and all that stuff. But we've never actually had like a song recorded together. I would love to do that. So hopefully soon. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge fan.
What are you guilty about? What do you feel guilty about?
My lack of discipline.
In terms
Very.
of?
I'm not a very there's no sort of routine in my life. I like to blame my travel, my hectic schedules also, and my
Mm-hmm.
spontaneous, recordings and all that stuff. But inherently also, I'm a very chaotic person. Like I reject routine of any kind. Like I'll eat different things every day. I'll wake up at different times every single day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Why do
it's
you do that?
I've always been like this. I'm like, the idea of doing the same thing every single day just
Bored.
doesn't sit with me. Like, it's not that, and I really like it. I trust me. It's not that I reject the idea. I actually really love the idea of like waking up every day at like 6 a.m. and then doing riyaz and going to the gym and then like going for a walk and then having a breakfast. Like, I would love to do that. I'm just not capable of doing it. I don't know why. I've never been able to do it. And
Not
now
capable meaning?
I'll do it for like 3 days. Fourth day, I'll stay up. Like, there might be some recording that I'm doing, which means instead of sleeping at 10 p.m., I'll have to stay up until like 12:30 or 1. So the next morning, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't sleep enough. So
Hmm.
instead of waking up at 6, let me now wake up at 9. And then dhire dhire, the cycle
Hmm.
changes that way.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that I'm really, really guilty about because I'm just not able to set a routine for myself. And I think that really sort of it hinders some things for me because like I'm not able to um, like standardize or like I'm not able to sort of have discipline in terms of some things that I do, like what kind of food I eat, or how much sleep I get, or what my morning routine looks like. So everything is very sort of like up in the air in a way. Like, I'm
Hmm.
not able to plan things. When my friends ask me, let's go out and like let's go watch a movie, I'm like, yeah, but I'll only be able to tell you like 2 hours before. Like, that's how
Hmm.
last minute and spontaneous things are for me. That I'm really, really guilty about. I really wish I could change it.
About money, we speak about everything on the podcast. Now, coming to money, um, has there been a time wherein you were broke in the wallet, but very rich with your music and all the skill that you carry with you?
Yeah, before 2020, I was very broke. I was a complete broke college kid with no money and no consistent income also at that time.
Then, how did you
Very
sail through?
difficult. Luckily, I had saved up some money teaching music. I used to teach music. I started teaching music when I was in university itself. And then I also started doing some shows on the side, like on the weekends. I would do these side gigs on the side in Toronto, performing for different communities, like for small gatherings and small parties and all that stuff. So I saved up some money from there, and that's what I used to travel to India.
So, this is coming probably stemming from the masses, wherein we'll all have a question on, as to in India, music does it offer you great money,
In India, I think everywhere, yes, absolutely. Music,
like playback and concerts, all of that gives
yeah,
you
yeah,
enough money?
absolutely, absolutely. We're blessed to be living in a time when music entertainers, for that matter, have multiple revenue streams, right? You have social media being first and foremost in a way. You have your recording income for whatever recordings you're doing. Then you have concerts, which is a huge source of revenue for a lot of artists. You have royalties from any sync licensing that you get if your song gets placed, if you're a composer or producer and it gets placed in a movie or an ad, you get royalties for that, radio play,
Hmm.
streams.
Hmm.
So I think there are all these multiple ways to monetize your art,
Mm-hmm.
merchandise. So
Hmm.
wonderful ways, right? And I think we're very blessed to be living in a time like this where you can really monetize
Hmm.
strategically. And I've just been very grateful that I've had great opportunities to make money while doing something that I love. That's a
Yeah.
big blessing. That's a huge blessing. Yeah.
So we've heard numbers coming in, like per song, people get paid to the tune of 2 lakhs to 5 lakhs and 10 lakhs and all, depending on how big you are. So
Sure.
has the number been on the same lines even for a person like you?
Yeah, I mean, like for I think every project to project also differs for artists, song to song, region to region also differs. The production house,
So it's pretty much in
so
the
many
same
variables.
same.
Yeah, yeah. The concert. The remuneration for a concert usually is a little bit more standard for artists. For your like, if I'm doing X number of concerts, I'll make sure that it's consistent within this range. Recordings usually in for playback in India, it depends on a lot of other variables like the budget of the film, the production house, all that stuff. So
Irrespective of
recordings.
how your identity is, how big you are.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. As far as I know, I am still a little new to the game. So, but yes, as far as I know, it does differ. There's a lot of more variables. Recordings are no longer the main source
Source
of
of income.
income for singers. As far as I know, again, it's more concerts now because a couple of years ago you only had like a handful of singers who were doing the playback songs. So if you take Hindi, for instance, you had Alka ji, Kavita ji, Udit ji, Kumar Shanuda, and maybe in Sadhna ji and Abhijita. Like these were like the six singers that you had. So all the songs were pretty much like divided amongst these singers. So every day they would go to the studio, and that was like the main source of income, is what I assume. Now there's like thousands of singers, and so I mean, how do you divide the songs between, and also the composers themselves sing so well, so they also sing so many of the songs, so that's also happening, right? So I think you got to sort of navigate, but I think the live concert scene is still very strong, and a lot of the artists really tap into that. So I do a lot of my shows. I headline my own shows, and
Headline meaning
as in I'm the
you are
the
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 main
main act. Yeah,
artist.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So
you
have you
can.
collaborated with any like Shah Rukh once had there's some tour that
Yeah,
they
like the Temptations tour, right? I've never been a
uh,
part of like an ensemble tour that way. I think only Rahman sir's Jhala. That's the only sort of ensemble group tour that I've been a part of. Apart from that, it's always been my solo shows, which also I'm very grateful for. Like I started my journey with my solo shows, which is a great blessing to have because I get to design my own shows the way that I want. I have a nice, a production for it. I get to do the kind of songs that I want. I hire my musicians and my lighting
oh,
engineers. So it's a great
so you
vibe.
get your
Yeah,
dancers also,
my
like you
dancers. Yeah,
coin the show.
I coin the show from start to finish. So it's like it's an Abbey V live experience.
Oh
So it's
wow.
a great blessing to be able to you know give my music a live setting the way that I want it. And I've done so many shows here in Bangalore.
Oh yeah.
Bangalore is one of the best musical audiences. Everyone says this. Every artist will say that the best music listeners are in Bangalore,
Yeah, yeah.
genuinely, because they love all kinds of music. The audience is very receptive. Everyone knows the songs. It's a great vibe. I've done so many shows, and now after Kantara, I'm so excited to do more shows here.
So you have your entourage,
Yeah,
your
I have my
manager.
band. Yes, yeah.
He or she takes care of your bookings
Yes,
and all of it.
yes.
So in a year, you kind of do how many shows? Is there a number?
In India, I'll do about 10 shows, and in the US, I do more than that. I'll do around 10 shows in the US as well every year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So concerts and all, we can assume that the monies are like above 10 lakhs, 20, 30.
We will not get into that.
So we'll understand then. Well, indirectly samajh aa gaya. No, this is basically for people who are just wanting to enter the music scene to
All I'll
see.
say is that music is a great space to be in. There's always music is something that is omnipresent. Like everyone needs music, right? And there's
Market bada
multiple
hai.
ways. Yeah, market बहुत बड़ा है. And it's a very blessed industry to be a part of, where you can make a lot of money. And but of course, the heart also does go out to a lot of those people who, you also need a certain kind of like a skill to monetize this, right? And a certain kind of a background. Not everyone has those resources. For
Meaning?
instance, like if you want to monetize on YouTube, right? There's a lot of there's like you have to go through the monetization thing. You have to do the whole checklist and all this stuff, and tie your bank account to that. What if someone is not used to any of that? What if they don't have an online bank account and they're not able to link, but they're creating great videos, viral videos, but none of them are actually being monetized? And my heart goes out to those people. I wish I could help people like that, and I hope there is a platform to actually help creators like this monetize their music. I know so many singers or creators of music who have put out great songs and they become viral, but they don't get any royalties off of them because they just don't know how to, like, where to sign up, which songwriting platform to sign up with.
Any
Uh,
suggestions there? Because there's.
in India, I think there is. So in Canada, we have SOCAN. In the US, we have ASCAP. I think in India, it is IPRS, where you can register with them and you can collect your royalties for your song and all of that. So I think, I say this also from a slightly privileged background where I have that education to Google certain things. I know the language of these terms and all that stuff, so it's easier for me to
Mm-hmm.
comprehend the information. But for someone who perhaps doesn't have this, the resources that I have, it might be more difficult for them to monetize. And I think as a community, we have to make it easier for everyone to make a living out of this beautiful art form. So that's also there. I do agree that there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but at large, I think the music industry today is much better than it was
Mm-hmm.
before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing. So now I have rapid fire. Okay. Morning person or night owl?
A night owl, but I want to be a morning person.
Song you wish you wrote?
I wish I wrote. Okay, I'm gonna steal Taylor Swift's answer from here. The Friends theme song, because the number of reruns that song has,
Mm-hmm.
or the Simpsons theme song.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could be like a millionaire in like a day, or a
Wow.
billionaire in like a month, because the royalties.
Any Indian song?
An Indian song I wish I wrote or sang.
Probably both. Wrote first and then what you sang? You wish you sung it.
I would have loved to sing a song like Tumhi Ho.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a song and what an anthem it created. Or like so Khwinder Paji's this one.
Chakde?
Huh?
Chakde?
No, for Rahman sir. This
Jai Ho?
one,
I don't
Jai
know.
Ho also of course, but the main Chaiya Chaiya.
Chaya.
Chaiya
Okay.
Chaiya. Or Tu Hi Re, like those kind of songs I would have loved to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Song that I wish I wrote or composed. I can't even think of anything. So many songs come to my mind, but yeah, I don't know.
No?
But these songs I wish I had sung. Like they've done. I don't picture myself singing them because the original is so brilliant. But if I had a chance to do another version of it, I would
Have
have
you
done
met
this.
any of them you mentioned?
Hariji, yes, of course, I've met him so many times. He's wonderful, so inspiring and so encouraging. Sukhi Paji I've not met. Sukhwinder ji I've not met. Who else? Arijit, yes. Long time ago, I've done like chorus sessions.
What do you all talk when you meet? Like, is there a hierarchy kind of a difference, or you all kind of mingle and talk?
All of these artists are so genuinely kind that they treat you like you're, you belong in that scenario. That's the greatness of these artists, like Hariji, Shankarji, all these people. I remember having such great sessions with them, and Hariji's invited me to his birthday celebrations and all that stuff, and we've had such a great time.
Hari ji, matlab?
Hariharan sir,
Hariharan sir.
Hariharan sir, yeah. And he would like they would all sit together. We'd discuss music, and he would talk to us about his journey and like funny incidences from his concert tours and all that stuff. So yeah, there's no sort of they at least they don't. There's no like hierarchy. They at least they don't present it that way. It's a very friendly atmosphere. Thanks to them.
One word you would never use to describe your music.
Harsh. I hope it's never harsh.
Biggest creative pet peeve?
Biggest creative pet peeve. I mean, I don't like anything that's too predictable. Like, never let them know your next move. Like, Rahman sir's music is like that for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every second, it's like, what did I think and what did he end up doing? It's like, wow, blows my mind every time.
I think you also do that, right? When you're taking your own harkat, a musician would have predicted like, this might go down this route, and suddenly
And
would
then
have
if there's
like,
something else. That's very sweet. Thank you. That's a huge compliment. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
genuinely mean it. What's your guilty pleasure, non-music?
Guilty pleasure, non-music. Chips. Like I eat potato chips too much, and it shows on my face because I have so much acne, and it doesn't suit my face. But I love potato chips.
You
I
don't
love
have that
different
voice
flavors.
thingy that'll go for
Thankfully,
it.
not. No. The only thing that really affects my voice is lack of sleep. But apart from that, like I love potato chips.
One artist living, you would drop everything to collaborate with.
A.R. Rahman sir.
That you mentioned, so you still stick to it.
Yes.
Emotion that you find hardest to express in your songs.
Angst, like that angry that angst that like in rock that you
Mm-hmm.
have sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
My voice is a little, it's on a softer side, no. So I think that might be a little challenging for me.
Phone wallpaper right now.
This is Malaysia, Batu Caves Muruga. I'll
Oh,
show you. Yeah.
ah, lovely. Now I think they've painted the steps and all.
Is that
It's a
right?
very colorful now. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
see. I don't know why. Actually, I've been to Malaysia twice, and this is even. I didn't even take this photo. It's just from Google. But just this one day, I thought, hey, I want to have this as my wallpaper. It was a
Yeah.
very spontaneous idea, and I've never changed it since. So that's
Are
been
you
my.
God loving, God fearing?
Yeah, yeah, both, definitely. God loving and God fearing, both.
The world of manifestation and universe. Do you manifest?
Not intently, but sometimes. Actually, Kantara was kind of a
Manifested?
manifestation. I was going through a very, very, very low period, that
The
the
breakup.
heartbreak and all that stuff. And that month, I remember, I just thought to myself randomly, because of my association with that person from Bangalore and Canada and all that stuff. No, I thought, how cool would it be if I had a song in a movie like Kantara? I kid you not, I didn't even know that they were making this movie. I didn't know there was going to be a Kantara Chapter 1. I had seen the first Kantara. I was blown away with its brilliance. I just thought to myself that, I wish there was a movie like Kantara and I had a song in it. Genuinely had this thought. And a couple of weeks later, I got the message from their team. So I don't know if it was manifestation, but I had this thought in my mind. And
Wow.
yeah.
They say, right, I don't know, in Kannada it's called hata.
Hata,
Right?
yeah.
The grit that
Yes.
you feel deep down
Yes.
when
Yes,
you're in
yes.
deep pain or in, like, I don't know, plain, matlab, the mind has to be in a calm zone
Yes,
so
yes,
that you really
yes.
feel that and you emit. Anyway, so we'll leave it to
True.
our
Yeah.
own personal experiences. So you, knowingly or unknowingly, you've manifested.
Manifested, yes.
Which sense, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, the Panchendriya,
Mm-hmm.
which one of it would you never ever would want to lose?
Sight.
Why?
I'm a very visual person. I'm very, very visual. Even my music, I'm always visually mapping things. Every raga to me has a color, has some sort of imagery.
How?
Yeah, something. I'm very, very visual. Every line that I sing, I'm visually mapping like a graph of the notes.
Crazy.
Yeah. Very visual.
Naturally,
Just naturally.
this is not a trick or a skill that has been
Never.
told you by somebody.
Never. Every raga, like you ask me, like Bhairavi is dark brown, Todi is like this dark moss green, Kamas is a bright yellow. Every raga is fixed with a color in
You
my
had
mind.
a flashcard associating a color to it. Interesting.
Yeah.
Your favorite non-musical book / author?
Non-musical book or author. I remember I read The Kite Runner in high school, and I thought it was such a great book. So many beautiful human sentiments and emotions. Still remains one of my favorite books.
A bad habit you want to break?
My lack of discipline, sleeping too much. I sleep way too much. I sleep like 10 hours a day.
Good, no. I
It's
mean,
horrible. It's a horrible habit. Takes away so much of my time, and I feel so like dysfunctional without getting 8 to 10 hours. Like last night, because of jet lag, I only got like 3 hours of sleep, and I'm feeling like so dead right now. This conversation's thankfully like keeping me very, very stimulated and all that stuff. But if I weren't doing anything, I just feel so like I don't know. I just lack of sleep for me is horrible. I wish I could be one of those people who could just thrive with like 4 hours of sleep. That would be amazing.
if music suddenly vanished tomorrow, what would Abby do?
No, if that should never happen. If at all I had to choose something else, I would probably be. I'd be a manager to some other entertainer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
entertainer like
an actor maybe, or a
Like?
content creator.
like example.
Like an actor. Ooh, like Ranveer Singh, who's also like very full of energy.
Wow.
I feel like I'd give him good ideas on what to do next.
Amazing catching up with you, Abby.
Thank you, Rashmi.
Uh, how is Just Curious India for you? I mean, honestly.
It was what an experience. I mean, like you said, it doubled as like a therapy session. I've opened up a little too much, but it's been so great. You're so easy to talk to, and it's so wonderful. I remember that like before we started taping the session, we had lunch together, and at that time itself, I started like we just started chatting, and we had to actually pause the conversation, say, you know what, let's not share too much here because we need all of this to be said on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that speaks to your greatness of how easy you are to talk to, and
No,
your
thank
vibe
you.
and the whole setup here. It's just so cozy. It's like so. It's very very. It's just very easy. So I had a great time. Thank you for having me. I've
Thank you
heard
for giving
so
us
much
the
about you, and
opportunity.
I'm so happy that we got a chance to talk.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Abby. Wish you the best. May the unknown guide you, protect you. I don't know if the unknown is outside or inside you. I believe it's inside you. It's inside all of us.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So keep going.
Thank you.
And probably, I don't know, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, we will meet again.
Of course,
Probably
why
on this
wait for
show.
5-10 years? We'll meet next year.
Absolutely. Wish you the best. And regards to mom, dad,
Absolutely.
and the family. I think you're playing with your
Nephew and niece,
nephew
yes,
and
yes. My
niece.
sister's kids. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. They're all in Toronto. I'm the only one here, so I'll miss them for Diwali this time.
So you're
they're
going to
gonna
be in
there.
Bangalore.
I might be in Bangalore or
Mumbai.
Bombay. I haven't decided yet.
Mhm.
As I said, very sporadic, very spontaneous.
Mhm.
I just decided last night that I want to come to Bangalore, so that's how spontaneous things are. But I like it also that way. I think it
Keep
keeps
going.
me. Yeah, it keeps.
For the free soul that you are. I mean, it's a tradition on our show that we give all the guests a book. So this is basically meditations written by Marcus Aurelius.
Wow. Okay.
Whenever you think you need some kind of anchor trying to give you a direction or guidance for whatever phase of life you're in, whatever decisions that you would like to make,
Yeah.
probably this is going to be that secret guide
Wow.
for you.
That's awesome. That looks great. Thank you so much.
And it's a tradition also to take 3 guest recommendations from the guest. So could you please nominate 3 guests that we should get on Just Curious India, exploring their journey, showing their human side to the world so that we learn and we evolve through your journey?
Absolutely. I think Ajnish Shanna, I don't know if you've had him on.
He's come already. He's come for the Kannada podcast.
He's such a sweetheart, such a great guy. I absolutely love him. But yes, okay.
This is for Pan India.
Ricky?
Yes.
Has he come?
He's not come yet.
Ricky is a great guy, and I think he'd be wonderful with these kind of discussions. He's such an insightful human being, one of my closest friends, as I mentioned, and such a terrific musician.
Why did you say insightful?
He's very insightful. He's like a mentor to me also. Like we're very close collaborators, but I also view him as a mentor. Like anytime I'm stressed about something, I go to him. He has such great insight into the world of music, entertainment, the business side of things, but also life in general. Like he's a very sorted guy and very thorough with his thinking. He has great clarity of thought. So I
Okay.
think he'd be fantastic for your podcast.
Surely.
Ricky's one. I also think maybe someone like Chitrama, to see the side of her with the deep thoughts and more relaxed, nuanced thinking and all that stuff. I think she's so wonderful. She's so sweet. It'll be so nice to get into her, thoughts about her career and deep thoughts about, her life. And the third person,
Dude, I want you to kindly put a personal note to Chitrama so that
yes, absolutely. Yes, for sure.
you know.
Maybe next
Please,
time when
please
she's
be
in
the
Bangalore.
link.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, for sure. Let's do it. Chitra Mai, the third one, I think, should be someone younger, like maybe Anirudh. That'll be really cool. Yeah, that'll be really.
I'll be
really
ever grateful to you
energy.
if all the 3
I
comes
couldn't.
on the show
Absolutely.
through
They're
you.
all great, blessed that they're very good friends of mine, and they'll be so nice. Absolutely, let's do it. But you guys should call me during the podcast and say hi to me.
Of course, we shall
That'll
do
be
that,
nice.
yeah.
Let's make it happen. For sure.
Surely. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, Rashmi.
I really sincerely pray that you find somebody very genuine
Thank you.
For you to take your life's journey ahead, the same compassion, love, and truthfulness and the honesty that you seek in your partner. Since I'm a little older than you, I would like to give you a word of caution. Don't be in a hurry. It will
Yeah.
come to you.
Thank you.
And be patient. Until then, enjoy all the wild stuff that you would want to do.
Yeah.
Can happen through all the other things that you would want to explore.
No, not that wild. Wild in the sense of my sleep and all that stuff.
No, I mean, whatever it meant.
Yeah.
So, because
Yes.
I had a very bad rebound.
Oh, really?
Obviously,
Okay.
like, you know, when you're like your own insecurities would want you to rush into something, and
Sure.
then
Yeah.
that will spoil you also, and also the other person
I
that
can
who's now
imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
getting in.
Yeah.
So,
I've never had a rebound phase. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've never had it.
very good. Good. You sorted that. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you, Rashmi. This looks so nice.
And I know his real name. I've written it, which we can't show you.
Ah, that's right. That's right.
So
Any
I-
guesses you can write in
comment,
the
huh?
comments. Yeah.
I think I've written something. Can you read that out? I don't know if my handwriting is
Okay.
legible. I mean, for you.
Dear Abby V, keep at it and stay wild and wish you the best. RR. I love this. RR. And what is the JC for?
Just curious.
Just curious. Yes, absolutely. And stay forever curious.
Yes.
That is what I tell you, because I love your curiosity. I love the way that you ask questions, and you're so insightful yourself. It is such a pleasure just exchanging ideas with you. So,
Thank you,
thank
man.
you, Rashmi.
Thanks for the opportunity. And to spoil you further, there is a Sunday Love ice cream hamper from Polar Bear.
That is so sweet. Thank you so
you
much.
love ice creams?
I do actually, not too much, but this looks wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. I guess today it was such a lovely, wonderful session. Probably peeping into the heart of Abby, his mind, and the journey so far. So I think every episode of Just Curious India has its own way of shining through people's experiences and the values that we take home, and probably few inspirations that come as a bonus. So my question to you is, in today's episode, what did you like the most? Do let us know in the comment section as to what's your takeaway today. What did you learn from this episode? What shocked you? What surprised you? What were your aha moments? Until next time, this is your Bangalore-based RJ turned podcaster, Rapid Rashmi, signing out of Just Curious India. Hey, wait, before I sign out, you know, these moral stories are my favorite. Why? Because I think it gives me a sense of purpose. It gives me a sense of grounding. It kind of gives me an anchor on days, you know, I kind of think I'm off track, or at times I feel whenever I feel I'm lost. Today, I think it's a story. The Empty Cup, it's called. It's a story where a scholar visits a Zen master to learn something. And when the scholar visits the Zen master, the first thing the master does, he welcomes the scholar, he makes him sit, then he offers tea, and while he's serving the tea, once he holds the cup, the Zen master continues to pour tea. Usually we stop when the tea is till the brim of the cup, right? The Zen master continues filling the cup, and it starts overflowing. And the scholar, with a shock and a surprise, asks the Zen master, "The cup is already full. Master, why are you continuing to fill this? It's overflowing." And then comes the reply from Zen master, wherein he says, "See, right now, your cup is also full. Like, you're sitting with your own opinions and learnings. Till the time you empty it, how can I pour something new in?" is what the master tells him. And what do we learn from this story? It's very simple, right? Through the journey of life, through our own experiences, through our professional learnings, or through opinions that we form in this world, we sit with the cup already being so full. And how do we learn something new then? Probably this is a story to remind ourselves to unlearn things, keep that blank sheet mode on, the empty cup mode on, so that you learn new things, you let new things enter your life, which changes your perspective, Once you know the perspective changes, your life can either be a prison or can be a palace. I hope today's story will be a reminder, or probably it will come in aid to you whenever you need this. Until next time, this is your Bangalore based RJ turned podcaster. Now, getting introduced to the rest of the world, not just Karnataka. That's me, Rapid Rashmi, trying to build that connection and bond through my show, Just Curious India. Definitely would love to see comments as to where are you watching me from. People from northern part of India, eastern, western, and rest of the world would definitely look forward to see your DMs coming in, all your suggestions in terms of which guests would you like to see here, the kind of topics that we should be touching, um, and anything that you would want to tell me. Looking forward to seeing your comments and your DMs. Until next time, take care. And of course, our show name was inspired from curiosity being the electricity in the wire. So if the wire has to be a live wire, the electricity, in this case metaphorically, curiosity has to stay with us for us to be a lively human being, right? So continue to stay curious. How are you going to stay curious? um Invest your time in something new that you don't know. Could be a topic, could be a hobby, could be a simple conversation that you're having. Have interesting conversations, stay away from gossips, anything that is not worthy of your time. Spend time like your currency or your money. Take care and ta-da.